Something that has me very impressed about this show is that one scene in episode 2 where Loki speaks Latin, because as the nerdy little Latin student that I am, when shows or movies use proper grammar and pronunciation, it just makes me so happy. The subtitles did not do it justice though, because that one sentence that they translated as "that volcano is about to erupt" is literally translated as "that mountain of fire, having been feeding you throughout the ages, is about to explode," which is way cooler. Hey guys, I'm Ava and this is WWM Productions, and it is Loki season! If you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. If you do, make sure to click that like button and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much. We love having you. Do you guys like the green, the Loki-ness? Marvel has really been doing the most with these shows on Disney Plus, and I am here for it. To be honest, I'm not sure which show had me the most excited when the trailers were still dropping, but Loki certainly had me scratching my head the most. I mean, WandaVision had its moments, of course, but Loki's trailer was just total chaos, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for. But either way, I was really excited. So far, 2 episodes of Loki have aired, and they've given us a whole lot of new and not much old, with Loki being the only established MCU character to grace these 2 episodes, unless you count those, like, flashback thingies. Basically, to me, this means that anything goes, everything is chaos, and the future of the MCU Phase 4 hangs in the balance. But by hang, I mean, like, on a slinky, off of a ceiling fan that has like a broken motor, so it's just like, you know. When the curtain falls on this show, I have no idea where, or I guess when, it will land. Now before we continue this video, know that there will be spoilers for episode 1 and episode 2 of Loki. You have been warned. Is that better? Or are y'all sick of the green yet? In case you don't know and you just don't care about spoilers, Loki died in Infinity War. Then in Endgame, when the Avengers go back in time to get the stones, Loki steals the Tesseract in 2012 during the Battle of New York and whooshes himself to freedom. He teleports to some desert place in which the Time Variance Authority, the TVA, comes to collect him. They do this to preserve the integrity of the sacred timeline, which is being carefully curated by the Timekeepers, these like mysterious beings that we don't really know much about. Now, all of that wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff sounds kind of confusing, which it is, so I will save that for later in the video. Now, this TVA introduces a few new characters, including Mobius, Ravonna, and Casey. Good old paperweight Casey. Mobius is the main supporting character played by Owen Wilson. He is a very dedicated TVA agent. He gladly drinks the Timekeeper Kool-Aid. Now pair that with the God of Mischief and you get a very charismatic duo. Loki gets Mobius to push boundaries, and Mobius gets Loki to do homework. Seriously though, I think these characters complement each other perfectly. There are other TVA agents who want nothing to do with Loki. They won't listen to him, they won't trust him, where Mobius does. But Mobius isn't a pushover, where Loki, let's face it, kinda needs a firm hand. Mobius was created with the sole purpose of protecting the sacred timeline, like everybody else in the TVA. However, unlike the other TVA agents, he trusts his instincts and he tests the rules by taking on Loki as a sort of partner. Now, Loki definitely brings out the best in Mobius, but Mobius also brings out the best in Loki. Loki has proven to be untamable, unpredictable, and, well, mischievous. But Mobius seems to be able to quell the mischief a little bit and channel Loki's cunning into good old detective work. With Mobius, Loki is surprisingly productive and eager to help. While it does come with some arrogance and chaos, I mean, that's Loki. And he's proven to be potentially invaluable to the TVA. Loki is also getting a lot of emotional development in these 2 episodes. Remember, this is the Loki that we knew from the first Avengers movie. Loki has had this iconic redemption arc through Thor Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, and Infinity War, and they kind of retconned that when they took him out of time. So now he gets to be redeemed all over again. To start this whole process, Marvel hits the ground running with a tear-jerking scene in episode 1. Mobius shows Loki what his role is in the sacred timeline. Pain, failure, suffering, also that others can be great. Later on, when Mobius is no longer present, he sees these flashes of this destiny. He sees his father's death, his mother's death, his own death. This scene is poignant and heartbreaking and surprising. I certainly did not expect to see Loki cry in the first episode. If there's anything wrong with this scene, it's maybe just a little abrupt, but it really is an effective scene. I do think, though, that the second episode is much better than the first episode. The first episode had a lot of foundation to lay. It had a lot to fit in. They needed to recap, they needed to establish and explain the TVA, they needed to introduce Mobius, they needed to get us in the feels, and they needed to drop the bomb that they were in fact hunting another Loki, and so on and so on. By no means was it bad, though. Like, every time it appeared, the TVA was visually stunning, Loki and Mobius hit it off just swimmingly, and like always, the attention to detail was amazing. Still, the second episode is my favorite of the 2. Now, the second episode, home to that amazing scene in Pompeii, has these fantastic beats that really help to develop the story and where it's going. The whole Pompeii scene is just so Loki, and the whole end-of-the-world apocalyptic events don't cause variants type thing is a really cool thought. I don't think I've seen a time travel movie or show that has really used a similar concept. I'm not claiming to have seen them all because I'm probably missing one, and if you know of one, leave it in the comments. But still, Loki just living it up right before Mount Vesuvius goes boom is just so much fun. Then later, the scene in the grocery store where this giant storm is about to wipe everything out, when Loki is talking to the variant while she jumps between different bodies is just so suspenseful and so cool and well done, not to mention the actual reveal of Lady Loki at the end. Now, really the only sticking point I had with this entire show is just that the TVA brings up so many questions. Firstly, they tried to explain that what the Avengers did in Endgame was supposed to happen. But then why was Loki not supposed to get the Tesseract? That is literally the reason that Tony and Steve had to go back to the 70s, which apparently didn't cause any variants. Also, going to the 70s is why Steve saw Peggy and then was like, oh, I want to go back in time and live with Peggy, okay? And then that's the reason why he came back as Old Man Steve and gave the shield to Sam, which basically means if you knock over enough dominoes, Loki taking the Tesseract is why Sam is now Captain America. So how is Loki a variant? If Loki is a variant, then Old Man Steve should have been a variant, and that means that Sam should have been a variant, and that means that the entire sacred timeline is already messed up and you can't convince me otherwise. Honestly, if they used the whole putting the stones back to the exact moment when they were taken as an explanation, it would have made more sense, but Steve is definitely still a variant. There was a woman in the background of one scene that people are saying is Peggy, and it's like an Easter egg. But IDK, man, I don't know what to believe at this point. I'm not gonna worry too much about the logistics of the TVA and the sacred timeline, though, because honestly, the more holes you poke into something like the MCU, the less fun it is. Besides, the timeline just got bombed and it's all going to heck anyways, so really there's no reason to overthink it too much. I am so excited to see where this show is going. It looks like the broken timeline is setting up for the multiverse, which will definitely be explored in Multiverse of Madness, and fingers crossed, No Way Home. I mean, who knows what we could get out of this for Phase 4. With shows like What If coming up, there's really no way to tell what's in the works. Hopefully, we'll learn more in the episode that's coming out this week, and I just can't wait. I'll probably be back to talk about this show again once it's all done, so please stay tuned for that. I am sure I will have a lot to say. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Did you like Loki? Did you dislike it? Do you have theories? Also, while you're down there, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Not only does it mean so much to us and the channel, it also means that you will not miss out on any of our future content. We have a podcast called We Watch Movies that airs here and basically anywhere else that you can listen to podcasts about every Wednesday, and we also upload regular videos every week. Also, if you're feeling generous, feel free to follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I will see you all next time. Bye!